Conversation with God or an alien God, Book 1, Chapter 9 and 10, on matter of doing the work of God. You may think this is easy, this be who you really are business, but it's the most challenging thing you ever do in your life. In fact, you may never get there. Few people do, not in one lifetime, not in many. So why try? Why enter the fray? Who needs it? Why not simply play life as if it were what is apparently easy anyway? A simple exercise in meaninglessness leading to nowhere in particular. A game you can't lose no matter how you play. A process that leads to the same result ultimately for everyone. You say there is no hell. There is. There is no punishment. There is. There is no way to lose. So why bother try to win? What's the incentive given how difficult it is to get where you say we are trying to go? Why not take our good natured time and just relax about all this God stuff and being who you really are? My, we are frustrated, aren't we? Well, I get tired of it trying. I want to have you come here and tell me how hard it's all going to be and how only one in a million makes it anyway. Oh my God, this means full of ego. Yes, I see that you do. Let me see if I can help. First, I'd like to point out that you already have taken your good-natured time about it. Do you think it's your first attempt at this? I have no idea. It doesn't seem as if you've been here before. Sometimes. Well, you have many times. How many times? Many times. Many times. That's supposed to encourage me. It's supposed to inspire you. How so? First, it takes the war out of it. It brings in the can't fail element you just talked about. It assures you that the intention is for you not to fail, that you'll get as many chances as you want and need. You can come back again and again and again if you do get to the next step, if you evolve to the next level. It's because you want to, not because you have to. You don't have to do anything. If you enjoy life at this level, if you feel this is the ultimate for you, you can have this experience over and over and over again. In fact, you have had it over and over again for exactly that reason. You love the drama. You love the pain. You love the not knowing, the mystery, the suspense. You love it all. That's why you are here. I don't think that many people love the drama, love to suffer. That's not true, given that when you die, you don't have a choice either to stay on this side or come back here. You can inquire, that's true. You can ask, request to give another chance. However, it's because if you do that, it's because you have no other alternative. Because you rather be here, though worse the least, the worse the least. So if you have to choose between a hot water and a hot oil, maybe you prefer hot water. I don't know, you know. So that's why you come here. You have no other choices. Do we have a choice? And the say to decide whether to come back here or not. So why you like the drama? You don't like the drama, but we are in the drama, duality. It's something else. It's some other group ideas and project. And we have no other way but make part of it. Either you do or you may suffer in the other side. As I was told by someone who died 2 years ago, that almost 2 years ago, in fact, that the other side there is a confusion, there is no love, There's no respect. So, but they are here also is no good. The other side could be worse. Okay? So the side you have no chance but to reincarnate over and over again. And the drama, you cannot escape from it because you are in duality, you are in this hell. Tell you now, this Kali Sarpa nonsense period of destruction and strife. Are you kidding me? Would I kid you about a thing like that? I don't know. I don't know what God cares about. Not about this. This is too close to the truth. Too close to ultimate knowing. I never kid about how it is. Too many people have played with your mind about that. I'm not here to get you more mixed up. I'm here to help you get things clarified. So clarify. You are telling me I'm here because I want to be. Of course, yes. I choose to be. Yes. I don't think so. We had no choice. And have we made that choice many times? Many. How many? Here we go again. You want an exact count? Just give me a ballpark estimate. I mean, are we talking about handfuls here or dozens? Hundreds. Hundreds? I believe it hundreds of lives? Yes. And this is as far as I've gotten? This is quite some distance here actually. Oh, it is it? Absolutely. Why in your past lives you actually killed people? You cannot be sure because another day I don't believe to see. I see to believe. If I don't see, I won't believe. So live beings that have screwed up. What's wrong with that? You said yourself that sometimes war is necessary to end the evil. We are going to have to elaborate on that because I can see that statement being used and misused just as you are doing now to try to make all sorts of points or rationalize all sorts of insanity. By the highest standards I have observed, the human's devise, killing, can never be justified as a means of expressing anger, releasing hostility, righting a wrong, or punishing an offender. The statement that war is sometimes necessary to end the evil stands true, for you have made it so. You have determined in the creation of self that respect for all human life is and must be a high prime value. I am pleased at your decision because I did not create life that it can be destroyed. It is respect for life which sometimes makes war necessary. For it is through war against immediate impending evil, it is through defense against immediate threat to another life that you make a statement of who you are in relationship to that. So the war there of Russia and Ukraine, maybe part of this statement is for defense or attack. There are many other wars out there. You have a right under highest moral law indeed. You have an obligation under the law to stop aggression on the person of another or yourself. This does not mean that killing as a punishment is appropriate, nor as retribution, nor as a means of settling petty differences. Yeah, shames on those who does that. In your past, you have killed in personal dues over the affection of a woman, for heaven's sake, and call this protecting your honor, when it was all honor you were losing. How about the killing in honor's sake killing of girls? Hmm? There's nothing more absurd than that. It's absurd to use deadly force as an argument solver. Many humans are still using force, killing force, to solve ridiculous arguments even today. Reaching to the height of hypocrisy, some humans even kill in the name of God. And that's the highest blasphemy, for it does not speak of who you are. Oh, then there's something wrong with killing. Let's back up. There's nothing wrong with anything. Wrong is a relative term indicating the opposite of that which you call right. Yet, what's right? Can you be truly objective in these matters? Or are right and wrong simply descriptions overlaid on events and circumstances by you out of your decisions about them? And what, pray tell, forms the basis of your decision? Your own experience? No, in most cases you'll be choosing to accept someone else's decision, someone who came before you and presumably knows better. Very few of your daily decisions about what is right and wrong are being made by you, based on your understanding. This is especially true on important matters. In fact, the more important the matter, the less likely are you to listen to your own experience, and the more ready you to seem to make someone else's ideas your own. This explains why you've given up virtually total control over certain areas of your life and certain questions that arise within the human experience. These areas and questions very often include the subjects most vital to your own soul: the nature of God, the nature of true morality, the questions of ultimate reality, the issues of life and death surrounding war, medicine, abortion, euthanasia, the whole sum and substance of personal values, structures, judgments. This most of you have abrogated, assigned to others. You don't want to make your own decisions about them. Someone else decide. I'll go along, you shout. Someone else just tell me what's right and wrong. This is why, by the way, human religions are so popular. It almost doesn't matter what the belief system is, as long as it's firm, consistent, clear in its expectation of the follower and rigid. Given those characteristics, you can find people who believe in almost anything. The strangest behavior and belief has been attributed to God. It's God's way, they say. God's word, yeah. So they kill in the name of God because they say God's asked for it. They do their absurd law because they say God's is there in our books, in our holy scripture, they will say. You must follow the covenants, they will say. It's all there, and you must follow blindly. In all that I have seen this for many years, I have been observing this, that they use a God to justify absurd rules. And there are those who will accept that gladly. Yeah, the Muppets, the brainwashed Muppet who cannot think for themselves, who doesn't have a critical thinking, who doesn't have consciousness, and much less a neuron to think. They don't have a capacity to think by themselves because their brains are already taken, controlled by others. It's like they have a virus or a parasite in their brains to be easily controlled and commanded. These people cannot think for themselves. Because you see, it eliminates the need to think. Now, let's think about killing. Can there ever be a justifiable reason for killing anything? Think about it. Maybe an intruder come in our house and want to protect our family, our loved ones, and our pets. So we do it for defense. Or someone want to kill us and we defend. You find you need no outside authority to give you direction, no higher source to supply you with answers. If you think about it, if you look to see what you feel about it, the answers will be obvious to you and you will act accordingly by instinct. This is called acting on your own authority. It's when you act on the authority of others that you get yourself into trouble. Should the states and nations use killing to achieve their political objectives? Should the religions use killing to enforce their theological imperatives? Should societies use killings as a response to those who violate behavioral codes like drug trafficking? They're still using penal codes, and they didn't kill anybody, not directly at least. And I mean, you say, ah, but they kill family, they destroy families. But hello, we have a say in it. We exercise our free will. If I choose to take drugs, that's my damned business. It's me who should respond for it, not other people who are selling to me. Okay. Meanwhile, the rapists, whatever, the pedos who uh, abuse children are there. They do their term, then after that they are free. And while those who have to sell something to make a living get to get killed. Understand the absurdity of all that? Is killing an appropriate political remedy, spiritual convince or societal problem solver? Now, is killing something you can do if someone is trying to kill you? Would you use killing force to defend the life of a loved one? Someone you didn't even know? Is killing a proper form of defense against those you would kill if they are not in some other way stopped? Is there a difference between killing and murder? The state would have you believe that killing to complete a purely political agenda is perfectly defensible. In fact, the state needs you to take its word on this in order to exist as an entity of power. And they even say slaughter. They say slaughter. Religions would have you believe that killing to spread and maintain knowledge of and adherence to their particular truth is perfectly defensible. In fact, religions require you to take their word on this in order to exist as an entity of power. Society would have you believe that killing to punish those who commit certain offenses, like people rob, cut their hands, um, beat them to death, is not okay. I find it primitive. People rob, maybe they have their reasons. If they are poor, they have their reasons. I would give them what you want. If I have, I give, I share with you. Even if you want to rob me, go ahead, do it. No, please steal from me, no problem. Punish who commit certain offenses. This have changed through the years. It's perfectly defensible. In fact, society must have you take his word for it in order to exist as an entity of power. Correct. All hypocrites. All hypocrites and hypocrisy. Do you believe these positions are correct? Have you taken another word for it? What does yourself have to say? There is no right or wrong in these matters. But by your decisions, you paint a portrait of who you are. Indeed, by their decisions, your states and nations have already painted such pictures. By their decisions, their religions have created lasting, indelible impressions of primitive beings. By their decisions, your society have produced their self-portraits too of primitive beings. Are you pleased with these pictures? Are these the impressions you wish to make? Do these portraits represent who you are? Not me. Be careful of these questions. They may require you to think something that the others, the Muppets, doesn't want to heard. Thinking is hard. Make value judgments difficult. Yeah, they to even think that they find it troublesome and a great effort to have critical thinking. They act like a robot after all, what androids. Think is hard, make value judgments difficult. It places you at pure creation because there are so many times you have to say, I don't know, I just don't know. Yet still you'll have to decide, and so you'll have to choose. You'll have to make an arbitrary choice. Such a choice, a decision coming from no previous personal knowledge, is called pure creation. And the individual is aware, deeply aware, that in the make of such a decision is the self-created. Most of you are not interested in such important work. Most of you would rather leave that to others, and so most of you are not self-created. creatures of habit, other created creatures. Then, when others have told you how you should feel, and it runs directly counter to how you do feel, you experience a deep inner conflict. Something deep inside you tells you that what others have told you is not who you are. Now, where to go with that? What to do? The first place you go is to your religionists, the people who put you there in the first place. You go to your priests and your rabbis and your lamas and your ministers and your gurus and your teachers, and they tell you to stop listening to yourself. The worst of them will try to scare you away from it. Scare you away from what you intuitively know. They'll tell you about the devil, about Satan, about demons and evil spirits and ghosts that is influence you, and hell and damnation and every frightening thing they can think of to get you to see how what you were intuitively knowing and feeling was wrong, and how the only place you find any comfort is in their thought, their idea, their theology, their definition of right and wrong, and their concept of who you are. The seduction here is that all you have to do to get instant approval is to agree. Agree, and you have instant approval. Some will even sing and shout and dance and wave their arms and hallelujah. That's hard to resist. Such approval, such a rejoicing that you have seen the light, that you've been saved. Approvals and demonstrations seldom accompany inner decisions. Celebrations rarely surround these choices to follow personal truth. In fact, quite the contrary. Not only may others fail to celebrate, they may actually subject you to ridicule. What? You are thinking for yourself? You are deciding on your own? You apply your own yardsticks, your own judgments, your own values? Who do you think you are in any way? You have been there's a word for it which I forgot. You have been apostate, something like that, apostate. You are hypocrite, they will say. Actually, hypocrisy in Greek means to tell people to do one thing, turn around and do another, and not for people to do things that their soul wish them to do. And you are stopping them from expressing their free choices. Okay? So, and indeed, that's precisely the question you are answering. And indeed, that is precisely the question you are answering. But the work must be done very much alone, very much without reward, without approval, perhaps without even any notice here, because they want to boast society, they want to belong to the group, to the hypocrite. And so you ask a very good question. Why go on? Why even start it off on such a path? What's to be gained from embark on such a journey? Where's the incentive? What's the reason? The reason is ridiculously simple. There is nothing else to do. What do you mean? I mean, this is the only game in town. There is nothing else to do. In fact, there is nothing else you can do. You are going to be doing what you are doing for the rest of your life, just as you have been doing it since birth. The only question is whether you will be doing it consciously or unconsciously. So you are in this view of samsara, go and come back, just do what you have to do, and then serving aliens and, well, experiencing life, but at the same time, whether having a religion institute institution or not, fall on resilience. You see, you cannot disembark from the journey. You embarked before you were born. Your birth is simply a sign that the journey has begun. So the question is not, why start off on such a path? You have already started off. You did so with the first beat of your heart. The question is, do I wish to walk this path consciously or unconsciously? With awareness or lack of awareness? As the cause of my experience or at the effect of it? For most of your life, you will live at the effect of your experiences. Now you are invited to be the cause of them. That's what is known as conscious living. That's what's called walking in awareness. Now many of you have walked quite some distance. As I've said, you have made no small progress. So you should not feel that after all these lives, you've only come to this. Some of you are highly involved creatures with a very sure sense of self. You know who you are and you know what you would like to become. Furthermore, you even know the way to get from here to there. That's a great sign. That's a sure indication. A sure indication of what? Of the fact that you now have very few lives left. Is that good? It is now for you. That's so because you say it is so. Wow, very few lives left, but there's still some life that still is left. Nevertheless, this means he have a few more incarnation to come and go before it's complete. Oh God, no, that's terrible. And then he has been in and out for hundreds of years. It is now for you, and that's so because you say it is so. Not long ago, all you wanted to do was to stay here. Now, all you want to do is live. Yeah, many of us here want to live. And I mean, but they don't want to die, but some will just want to disintegrate. That's a very good sign. Not long ago, you killed things, bugs, plants, trees, animals, people. Now you cannot kill a thing without knowing exactly what you are doing and why. That's a very good sign. That's me. I don't like to kill not even a bug or a plant. Not even a plant. Not long ago you lived life as though it had no purpose. Now you know it has no purpose, save the one you give it. That's a very good sign. Not long ago you begged the universe to bring you truth. Now you tell the universe your truth, and that's a very good sign. Not long ago you sought to be rich and famous. Now you seek to be simply and wonderfully yourself. He's putting words into the guy's mind. Actually, this guy here, he wanted the money. He don't want to live simple, but he wanted money and maybe even fame. At least he did. I don't know now. Not long ago, you sought to be rich and famous. Now you seek to be simply and wonderfully yourself. And not so very long ago, you feared me. Now you love me enough to call me your equal. All of these are very, very good signs. Well, gosh, you make me feel good. You should feel good. Anybody who uses gosh in a sentence can't be all bad. You really do have a sense of humor, don't you? I invented humor. Yes, you made that point, okay. So the reason for going on is that there's nothing else to do. That's what's happening here. Precisely. Then may I ask you, does it at least get any easier? Oh, my darling friend, it's so much easier for you now than it was 3 lifetimes ago. I can even tell you, yes, yes, it does get easier. The more you remember, the more you are able to experience, the more you know, so to speak. The more you know, the more you remember. It's a circle. So yes, it's getting easier. It gets better. It becomes even more joyful. With the Kali Sarpa, the world in ruins, I don't think it's better. It's getting better. It's getting worse. Far back the 90s, yes, it was getting better. Now it's getting worse now. In 2000, from 2010 onward, 2012, it got worse. 2010 it started to get worse, in fact. But remember, none of it has been exactly a drudge. I mean, you beloved all of it, every last minute, and it's got more terrible from 2018 onward, 2019 onward. Every last minute. Oh, it's delicious, this thing called life. It's a scrumptious experience, you know. Yeah, it's delicious, it is scrumptious for the observer, the spectator, the one pulling the chords, not the one playing the field in the stage, living up the script. No, it isn't. Okay? Because for the observant, for me, I'm observing people suffering in a video. It's easy for me to just have a theory, grasp a theory about how it should be feeling. In fact, I don't want even to watch, I don't like to watch cruelty to animals, to children, to nobody. I don't watch such things. I don't like. I just see the title, I have a glimpse, that's all. I don't like to watch these things because I feel what they are feeling at that moment. Do you understand? So yeah, for the spectator, that's okay because I'm being the spectator, the observer. But it's not the same for the one who is getting it, who is experiencing it through the flesh and the mind and soul. It isn't. Well, yes, I suppose. You suppose? How much more scrumptious could I have made it? Are you not being allowed to experience everything? The tears, nobody needs tears, sir. The joy, the pain, I don't want pain, so I'm not a masochist, sir. The gladness, the exaltation, the massive depression, no, 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 no. I'm not a devil to want it and choose it. Okay? I'm not a devil. Depression, pain is not my way to the bay in my in tears. No, 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 so no, no, no. The win and also I don't want to lose. The lose, the draw, what's more is there? You suppose how much more scrupulous could you have made it? Are you not being allowed to experience everything? The tears, the joy, the pain, the glad. No, 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 no. Shift it out. Sift. Sift. Sift the bad, take to you and give me the good. The gladness, the exaltation, the massive depression, the win, the lose, the draw. What's more there? A little less pain, perhaps. Less pain without more wisdom defeats your purpose. I don't think so. Pain is not the way to wisdom, it's the way to traumas. Few people learn through pain, sir. But many learn how to be resentful, hateful, and get anguish as well in the process. And envious, even. Because the people who have not will always envy those who have more. Okay, so no, 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 all those things are not the way to wisdom, not the way to happiness. It's the way to trauma, and we do not learn through pain. Devils does. Devils does. And masochists, sick people who think that they don't deserve better. Less pain without more wisdom defeats your purpose. They say like this. At the time I had them say something like pain, pain, something like pain is not the way. No, fear is not to fear pain is to get pain and fear, something like that. To fear pain is to get fears, to get pain and fearing. But I don't want that. The problem is I don't want. I don't choose it for myself. Even if you all give it to me, I don't want it. I send it back to you. Less pain without more wisdom defeats your purpose. Does not allow you to experience infinite joy, which is what I am. Why should we go to hell before we go to heaven and experience you? What's that? What's the purpose of going to hell before you get in heaven? That's condition, sir. That's condition. Be patient. You are gaining wisdom, and your joys are now increasingly available without pain. Looking around. Look around. No pain, hey? No pain. Look around us. Be patient, you are gaining wisdom, and your joys are now increasingly available without pain. That too is a very good sign. You are learning, remembering how to love without pain, to let go without pain, to create without pain, to even cry without pain. Yes, you are even able to have your pain without pain. If you know what I mean. Yeah, I know what you mean. So we can learn, remember how to love without pain. First of all, love is not the pain, but to lose is to pain. And I'm not talking about losing romance and all that, but to lose a love, to lost a loved one, a pet is very painful. Okay, and no, love should never be with pain, because if there is pain, there's no love. Love is joy. Love is rejoice. Love is feeling good. Okay, but to lose something after you get so attached to it, that's the worst torment of all. It's very arduous to bear, to bear, to bear all this. So you will learn how to love without pain, to let it go without pain. It's painful to let it go. It's very painful. I had experiencing loss in 2008, and it becomes worse in 2019, and it's terrible. And to let it go without pain, but I'm trying to forget it. I'm trying to forget that I have lost. To create without pain. To even cry without pain. It's hard for me to cry even if with pain. Imagine without pain. I guess when you have lost or we have drained all our tears, we have no more left. Yes, you are even able to have your pain without pain. If you know what I mean, means that you are in pain, you doesn't mean that you are in pain, you are really feeling it, but you pretend, you go la 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 di di la la, pretend that you are not feeling anything, because everything they say is on the mind, and if you don't matter, if you don't mind it, it won't matter, it won't become realized in your reality. But it's not very easy. It's easy in theory, but in practice it is very painful. And all the people have been through all the pain, all the losses know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So it means here you can be sick, partially sick, but you still can smile and laugh like an idiot even through the pains. That's what it means. I think I do. I enjoy even my own life dramas more. I can stand back and see them for what they are. Even laugh. Yeah, you're gonna laugh in the beginning. When you start this journey of remembering, you're gonna laugh in the beginning, but later the puzzle will come all into places. You'll see that there's more to it. Then you miss the eyes, and it shouldn't be this way. It shouldn't be feeling all this. That the physical spices has been the seed, the tree of life has been thwarted, has been distorted. Exactly, and you don't call this growth? I suppose I do. And so then keep on growing, my son. No, so it's good for you to make others grow through pain, because you this gives food to you, vitamin for you. The pain of another is your vitamin, is your food, is your sustenance. But it doesn't mean that it's okay. Keep on becoming, keep on deciding what you want to become in the next highest version of yourself. Keep on work towards that. Keep on. This is God work we up to, and you and I. So keep on. Keep on what? Suffering like an idiot? Oh, shut up. I'll speak a bit of it. Rains after. It's the whole day here. I listen to this coffee non-stop. I can be on the 15 degrees and I can stay naked and I don't feel nothing. I don't feel cold and I don't cough all the time. If I cough because I have other problem, nothing to do with respiratory problem, but other problem like lymph or something. And so keep on going. So I love you, you know that. I know you do, and I love you too. And if this we finish this segment of this conversation of this alien Jehovah God. Okay.